Okay.
What else you got for us, Jetty?
Next email. Hey guys, first off, I'm a huge fan of the Phoenix Wright videos. Surprise! It's my favorite video game series, and you can't talk about it enough. Even though you do talk about it an awful lot when Michael Gray is around, which for me is a good thing. Second, I have a question. I heard there's been a price cut on the 3DS. Would you recommend buying it? I'm planning on waiting for, hopefully, the Professor Layton Phoenix Wright crossover, but I wanted to get an expert opinion. What do you think of the 3DS in general? Alright, I guess that's it. Keep doing what you do, you amazing people. Thanks for brightening my days. Jessica. Smiley face.
So I guess I have to answer this one, don't I?
I don't have a 3DS, so we're gonna throw this to you.
Yeah.
I've already outed myself. Well, I would hold off. There's a price cut coming, and if you buy it in the next couple of days from Target and Walmart, you can get the price cut and all the cool free games. But unfortunately, you're listening to this podcast when it is released, so it's far too late for that.
Yikes.
I would wait. There aren't any games for it at all. There's Ocarina of Time, 3D, which I didn't go for because I already have it on N64. And 3D, I didn't really like it that much, to be honest. So personally, there's just not a lot on the 3DS right now worth buying, and I would wait till maybe the holidays. Ask for it for Christmas if you have very generous parents, perhaps. Because at least then, I believe that's when Super Mario Land 3DS or whatever they're calling it is coming out. It's when the new Mario Kart's coming out. So they might be fun. But right now, there's nothing fun. There's no fun.
Wait, you didn't like Ocarina of Time?
Not really.
Mario?
I have a weird history with Zelda. I've played almost all of them about halfway through, and then I got bored and stopped with all of them.
I think
Except Link's Awakening. I think I got 3/4 of the way through Link's Awakening. It doesn't appeal to me.
I see.
Yeah, I actually, I'm kind of the same way. Like, I remember playing, Link to the Past when I was like 6, and it was good. I liked it at the time, but I've never been able to play like another Zelda game all the way through.
Ocarina of Time was one of the few that I've completed, and I tried to go back and play like Link to the Past, but it's pretty much the same thing. I think if after you play through one Zelda game, you've pretty much played through them all, like you said.
Yeah.
I feel like we're going to lose all of our listeners on this episode.
The only Zelda game that was different was Zelda 2.
Yeah, the side-scroller.
Link's Adventure.
Yeah, I mean, I always get into the action of the games, but the puzzles I don't enjoy. Apparently, I don't know why this is, but I like my action games and I like my puzzle games, but I don't like it when they're the same thing.
You heard it here, Paul likes segregation.
Yikes.
That is exactly what you just said.
Yes. Keep your games out of my games, thank you.
No, I mean, I can understand that, though.
I mean, I don't actually have a reason or even know why that's the case, but I'm just looking at the games that I enjoy, and it's either one or the other. It's never both. And if it is both, it's usually I like the action parts and get bored during the puzzle parts.
That's sort of what I liked about the Ocarina of Time and all the other games is that it integrated like the action parts and the puzzle parts pretty well, I thought.
It's also been several years since I last played a Zelda game.
I think the most recent, well, not the most recent Zelda game that I played, which would be Link's Awakening, but the most...
The newest?
Well, yeah, the newest. But the last time that I did play a Zelda game, I did play Zelda 2, Link's Adventure, which was notable for having a different theme music than the rest of the games. Anyway, and then we've already...
Do we have any questions that we can answer them and not feel sound like really depressing people?
Oh, well,
who hate everything?
I was just going to say, they also said I'm planning on waiting, hopefully, for Professor Layton Phoenix Wright.
Yeah.
And I was just going to say, well, we already know the story on that one. Anyway.
Yeah. And then the bigger bummer on that is that the 3DS is also region locked, so you can't even import it.
Yikes.
It's not to be able to read it anyway, unless you speak Japanese.
It's just getting worse.
Although they haven't bought their 3DS yet, so if they speak Japanese, they can import the 3DS and the games from Japan.
Ooh.
Hey, there you go. There's the sunshine. So, wait till that game comes out, and in the meantime, learn Japanese. That's our advice.
Perfect. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, next
It's my ray of sunshine.
email. Hello, GameCola Podcast. I've been thinking more about the GameCola RPG, where our hero has to find the 7 bearded men in order to save the world. I think the old grandpa character should be the party's healer, with the explanation that he's old, so he has a lot of pills and medicine he has to take. I also think that in order to balance the fact that his attacks are weaker than the others, he should have a special attack which is kinda strong, but it takes 2 or 3 turns to charge. The explanation can be that he's old, so it takes him a while to get going. Also, I think on the level with Lario and Luigi, the final battle should be against the evil King Bosser, who has kidnapped Princess Peachy.
Oh wait, Bosser, that's good.
But the first few times in the level, they call her Princess Toadstool, and they randomly switch her name to Peachy halfway through the level with no explanation whatsoever. I have a few ideas for other bearded characters, such as Santa Claus, or a famous action movie star with a 5 o'clock shadow. What bearded characters do you guys think should be in the RPG? Also, who should be the main hero of the RPG? Why does he want to save the world? What is he saving the world from? We need to work out these plot details.
Well, has it been confirmed that he is trying to save the world and that he's not a beard aficionado?
I don't
like
think...
he's on a quest to just see all of the world's best beards, and that's it.
Yeah.
Can't do...
Find the 7 bearded men. I don't know, I'd have to go back and check and see what our previous emails say, but I don't have my email open to look.
When did we start making an RPG?
Yeah, I didn't even know this was happening.
Oh. I don't know.
I guess this is the problem with having different people on each episode, is that nobody has any idea what's going on.
We talked about it a few podcasts ago, I believe, the GameCola RPG.
Yeah, no, I was just listening to 39 earlier today, and I think we were talking about it, or you and Michael were talking about it.
I wanted to say that it had been mentioned before that as well, though. I don't remember.
I think you guys said that it came up in the Age in Video Games podcast?
Maybe. I don't remember. Being that this is podcast 41, and Age in Video Games was podcast 30, that means it was almost a year ago.
Oh, wow.
Crazy.
Can't be expected to remember that, right?
I know, right? Like a year? Like almost a year?
Famous people with beards who can be bosses in the game?
Santa Claus?
I already said Santa Claus.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah.
Wait, you have to fight these people? Wouldn't you unite?
Well, maybe you have to fight them and take their beards for your own. See, when I heard you guys talking about this game, I wasn't... Here's what I was picturing. I was picturing like a Majora's Mask kind of thing.
Okay.
Where you... Well, actually, I've never played that game, but I know there are masks.
Okay.
And I was thinking, instead of masks, see, you have to find the 7 deadly beards,
Yes.
kill the people who are wearing them, and then take them for your own and put them on your face, and you get all kinds of beardly powers. I didn't really think it all the way through.
So it's like Mega Man.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
And you can swap beards at will.
Yes. I'm going to use Santa Claus's bearded powers. So what are some other characters with beards?
You go with Wooly Willy?
Yes. He doesn't necessarily have a beard.
That's true.
Well, see,
This one-
you get like a really creative battle there. We have to like fight. You have to like shake him. Well, first you have to open him up and then shake him, and all the little beard pellets fall out.
Yeah.
You'll have to make this for the DS or the Wii.
Yes.
Yes. Use the stylus. Or the iPhone.
Or yeah, that'd work.
Yeah, who is our main hero? Why does he want to save the world?
I'm still not convinced he's trying to save the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if the hero was actually a bad guy?
Whoa.
Twist.
Dun dun dun.
What if he's trying to destroy all the beards?
Whoa. Yes, and that's why he's fighting all these bearded men.
Yeah.
You'll never steal my beard.
Now this is starting to sound like Lord of the Rings, actually.
One beard to rule them
Remember
all.
that part where Frodo had to take everyone's beards and destroy them?
Yes.
Well, there could be a wizard character, like Gandalf or Dumbledore.
Yes.
With a long beard.
Or
Oh, see?
both. They're the same thing anyway. Mel Gibson.
As Dumbledore?
Duh.
Oh, that one pitcher for the Giants. What's his name? Brian Wilson?
No.
Oh, wait, he famously has a beard, that's right.
Yeah, he has an enormous, giant, frightening...
I've seen people on Facebook talk about that.
ZZ Top.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be good. Man, you're good at this. You should be a game developer.
Or a beard museum curator.
The Museum of Beards. Maybe that's what he's trying to do.
Yes. He's collecting.
He's trying to collect all the world's best beards so he can put them on in the world's creepiest museum with his trusty razor.
Yes.
Just his weapon.
Belongs in a museum.
So yes, we're working on the GameCola RPG.
No, we're not. Don't tell people that.
Yes, we are.
Paul's working on it.
Yes, aren't you, Paul?
Paul's not working on it.
Yeah, Paul's working on it.
It's 2-1, Paul. You're working on it. You just voted.
Actually, every time I trim my beard, I save the shavings of it, and everyone who pre-orders a copy will get one.
Yikes. Yikes.
And sales just plummeted.
So anyway, sadly we are out of emails.
Already?
I know. But we do still have some comments. Let's see. I love the GameCola podcasts. My favorite, which is unfortunately not on here, is 14 through 15, Drama Queens. Although I do like Michael Gray.
Love those episodes.
You guys are all so amazing, and I really appreciate you making all this stuff. Questions. Which Phoenix Wright games are your favorite?
No. I don't want to talk about Phoenix Wright anymore.
You don't?
I don't.
What is this?
Also, the third game is so
I can't do it anymore. I love the games, but we can't just talk about Phoenix Wright all the time.
We can't?
No! There are other video games. There are other games.
So let's
do this.
The best of the series.
Yes, Paul's favorite is the third game.
My favorite, they're all the same. I love them all. I mean, no, seriously, I don't think of them as individual games. There's the original trilogy. They're one game. And then there's the crappy game, the game that shall not be named. And then there's Ace Attorney Investigations, which is all right, but the trilogy is the best game.
But see, in the first one, you don't have the Mangatama, which is why it's clearly not best of the three.
Oh.
The second weakest cases, making third one.
It's like the Back to the Future trilogy. You can't just like the first one or the third. You like the whole thing as a whole.
I only like Back to the Future 3.
Who's Doc Brown again?
Damn it!
Just like how?
Anyway.